Prawn here with some tips and tricks for Tarkov on healing mistakes to avoid and things to do. So when you end a raid, you initially have the ability to heal for free. Eventually you have to start paying for it in order to heal up, and this is obviously a pain because you don't want to pay money out when you're losing anyway. One of the things that you can do is you can go into your stash and you can use the meds that you already have to heal, and the benefit of doing this instead of paying for it is that you'll then generate experience points. So if you go into your character, go into your stash and find a good med kit, let's say the Grizzly med kit if you happen to have one, or a car med kit, then you can use those, heal up, and you'll get the experience points for doing this. But there's a lot more detail to healing and specifics that is worth knowing that you'll learn as you go along, and going into the health tab is really important. Now when you're in a game and you're healing, you can obviously open up your inventory and you can right click and click to use. That'll automatically just apply to everything that's been shot. But the thing with Tarkov is you can get shot and injured in multiple different body parts. The most important ones to repair are the head and your thorax. Limbs can get really badly damaged to the point that they get blacked out, but if your head and thorax get there, then that's going to be a real problem for you and you're going to die a lot more quickly. You'll also find that you need to do various things like applying sprints to fractures, bandages to light bleeds, and S marks, for example, to heavy bleeds to stop the bleeding there, and that'll maintain that. You'll also need a CMS kit if one of your limbs get blacked out, because you'll need to be able to repair them, so carry out basically field surgery on the limbs. Once you do that and you're using a surgery kit, if it's blacked out, it'll take it back to 1 health, and then you need to heal up to then maximize your health for those limbs. But one of the things I've discovered is if you have multiple limbs that are blacked out, so I actually had both my legs and 1 arm all blacked out, so I needed CMS for each of them. So I repaired each of them, but because I was also low on food and my food levels had gone down to 0, I was then losing it again. Before I had a chance to heal, I couldn't quite heal it up before it went back to 0 again, and I didn't have enough to then carry out surgery again. So it's important to stay hydrated and fed as well as healing, so watch those things at the bottom. The other thing you can do is you can drag a med kit from your inventory to the specific body part you're trying to heal. So if everything's injured, I'd actually recommend clicking on something and dragging it over to your head or thorax if that's injured first and foremost, to heal that up before any other body part. That will then ensure that it doesn't use it on all the things that are injured and spread out the medical kit amongst all the different things, but concentrates on the most important things first. So you can see me dragging it to the head here, for example. That will heal up the head. You can do that with the thorax, but you can concentrate on different body parts and get them repaired quickly by doing this logic instead of right-clicking and clicking use. Enjoyed this? Check out a link to the playlist with more tips in the description.